Well, guys, today I have the pleasure to be joined by the mastermind, the coach of the very first Canadian brother duo to compete in the UFC, the Jourdain brother, the one and only Fabio Holanda. What's up, Fabio? How's it going?
Very good, my friend. Very good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you. Just back from Vancouver, where I saw you and Shala at the airport. How was that? How was your trip to Vancouver?
It was amazing, man. It was amazing. I've been in Vancouver before, but this time we have time to go around downtown, on the bay there, and it was a good time. And Louis just had the win the week before, and we had a great time. Charles was in a state of mind like unbelievable. So it was a beautiful weekend.
Amazing. We'll touch on everything you just said. First off, you said it. Louis Jourdain won his contender series fight just a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Beautiful performance. Finished the guy in the third round. Had some adversity. It was a tough opponent he had from Brazil, from your home country. How was everything? When did you learn that Louis would fight at contender? And then how did the training camp go?
Oh, we Louis did amazing. They're both like performing so good. Louis did what did Dana White say? A masterpiece of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the boss itself said that.
Mm-hmm.
No, we heard we signed, I believe, like 2 months before or a month and a half. I don't remember. And
Was it like after the Louis competed in Montreal just before the UFC?
Louis competed at Montreal. Yes, of course, the guys saw him. Sean Shelby and Mick Menard, they're both there, and they loved what they saw for sure. And it was like a month later. I think it was a month later, and then he signed. It was perfect time because Louis had some rest. Had to. Louis always hurt his foot when he kicks too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How did you react when you heard the news that Louis would be fighting at Contender Series?
Oh, we were happy, and we had no doubt that Louis would make it.
Yeah, you've already been there last year with Corinne. I believe you were in her corner, which a fight which she lost, unfortunately. So looking back, was it a good experience for you as a coach that you've been there before at Contender Series, so you knew a little bit more what to expect with Louis this time?
Yeah, of course. And we knew how was the week, everything. It's not much different from the UFC week that we have there. The same staff is there, so they make us feel super, at home. And of course, going there before, we knew everything we were supposed to do. Corinne had a good fight. She just like had a brain fart, let's say, for like a second, and she ended up getting caught in a submission. But no, it was a great experience with Corinne as well. Yes. So
what about Corinne? Can we expect to see her again, or she's done with fighting?
No, Corinne. It's she had a baby last year, right? So Corinne been through some health problem before. We never mentioned to no one, but she had some big concussion before get the baby. So she was already not sure she was fighting, and she had the baby. And Stefan said, I can get you on Dana White. And she's like, okay, let's do the last try.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it's it for Corinne, yes.
Okay, good. Well, she can be proud of her. She had such an amazing career. Did you go with her when she fought at the UAE Warriors on the last part of her career?
Yes, of course, yes. I was there
Yeah,
when she won the belt, and she defended the belt a couple times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then she
only lost in the UAE to Manon, That was her only loss in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, to Manon Fiorot. And then I believe Manon has been training a little bit with you guys when she fought in Montreal last time. This time, I believe she was more at TriStar, but you still have a good relationship with Manon Fiorot, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, they became friends after. And Corinne, during the pandemic, she went to Vegas to train with her for like 10 days as well for one of her fights. So Manon is always in contact with Corinne. And when Manon came to Montreal, she was training with Corinne a bit, but Corinne doesn't spar anymore. And so she was most of the time at TriStar, of course, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back to Louis. Still quite young. I believe he's like 26, 27 years old. Tough run for Louis. He's been fighting since he's like pro since he's 18 years old. A lot of years ago. Were you in his corner back then at TKO when you had those wars with Laramie and the other
No,
guys?
no,
No.
I wasn't there. No, they came. Louis and Charles. They came after those. Charles' first fight with me was against Alex Morgan. That was
Okay.
Charles' first fight, and then he
Yeah.
had Lapilus after,
Hmm.
and then we went to UFC.
And you've been training Louis at the same time.
Same time, same time. Louis came same time, but Louis had knee problem, and
Exactly.
we couldn't get fight to Louis. And like last minute, we went to AU Warriors, to the AU Warriors last minute against a Khabib guy there. And at the pandemic was like hell with the time change, and we were training inside of our room. We had to push the beds around, do some pads, do some
Hmm.
workout. And Louis did perform super well, but he kept getting taken down because of his knee problem. He could not sprawl.
Hmm.
So all the time he would try to sprawl, his knee would come out. So the guy could not walk, just like the last opponent from the calf kicks.
Hmm.
The guy in Abu Dhabi, he couldn't walk after. You can even see on Dana White was there on Dana White looking for a fighter.
Yeah.
You can see the highlights for this fight, and the guy like he was busted, but Louis lost the decision, lost the
Hmm.
on points
Hmm.
for taking downs, and because of the knee. And then he was supposed to fight Delaney again, and then his knee completely went to hell, so he need to do surgery. So he did the surgery, and now he's healthy, 100%, and
And
sky's the limit.
oh yeah, now he's in the UFC. Fought at the Contender Series, like we said, like 3 weeks ago, I believe. Uh, Do you think he was in any kind of danger in the first round when his opponent had his back?
No, no, we the boys escaped the back super good. All right, we train this a lot. It's one of my expertise here, and I wasn't worried when he took his back, but I was worried for the referee make a
Mm-hmm.
mistake. That was my
Mm-hmm.
only worry. But he ended up escaping right away, and all the other times the guy tried, he just turned and got in his guard and ground and pound.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good fight. Not I was not scared at all. No.
No, you did so good. I was a little bit nervous, I gotta admit, at home because the stakes of the Contender Series are so high, so you never know what's going to happen. We've seen Quebecers lose at Contender Series in the past. We've talked about Karine. Alex Morgan lost via rear naked choke in the first round at Contender Series. We had Johan Lennes winning, but we're used to seeing our guys losing at the Contender Series, so I gotta admit, I was a little nervous, but it's Louis Jourdain. When he escaped, I knew he was going to get that dub. What were you guys saying in the corner between the first and the second and the third? Like, were you like pushing him to get the finish? Just like stay focused. What was like the game plan in this one?
No, the game plan was to beat him up and make him quit. That's exactly what happened. The guy he
Mm-hmm.
gave his neck to get choked because
Yeah.
uh, we saw him the next day at the airport and he was in a wheelchair.
Oh
When
my
when
god,
when Louis hits you, my friend, it hurts, and he
it
kicks
does.
you, it hurts, and he punch you, and that's it. You just said like keep doing what you're doing because he's gonna quit at any time. He doesn't want. He didn't want to be there in the second round already. He's also says you're wearing him down and tearing him down. That was the game plan. And
Eh,
we told him we know he's got in the series. We're gonna get the contract, but you don't need to submit him in the first round. Just wear
mhm.
him down, beat him up. And he's gonna quit.
Is it any different for you, Fabio, when the boys are fighting Brazilian fighters? Like we know Charles, he fought Gracie, he fought Ricardo Ramos, the guy that Louis just beat. I believe it was Diaz. His last name is also a Brazilian. You're obviously a Brazilian yourself. Is it weird for you when you're training to fight other guys, other Brazilian?
No, zero, zero.
Do you like it even more? Like, or it's
No, it's
just
the
it's just
same.
like you're yeah.
It's just an opponent. I care for my boys. I don't care for the others. They can
Hmm.
be on my family, but if they're on the side, they're against me. So we don't care. We don't care.
Of
It's just
course, of
like
course.
if
It's
I
business.
love Brazilians so much, I would stay there. I would not be here.
You're right. Um, is it any different coaching Louis or Charles? Like, can you tell me like what kind of habits they have, that, or is it just the same and you can teach them both at the same time, or they learn differently? I would
No, no,
believe.
they are the same with a, a, a little bit of different style. You know what I mean? Louis likes different things than Charles do, but they're the same. They learn the same. They train together, but you see the difference when they fight.
Yeah. Do you,
Louis has calf kick. Charles get the more guillotines. But they
hmm
they 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 little bit different with a
hmm
different specialty. Louis likes Kimura more. Charles like guillotine more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's in your wheelhouse with the jiu-jitsu. So you must be proud when the guys are keep winning by submission. I believe Charles is like on a, it's probably it's his second win in a row, because he won with in Edmonton last year against Victor Henry, and he's probably like 4 or 5 subs in a row in his last wins. Same for Louis. Did the Kimura at Samurai in Gatineau, and then finished this one with rear naked choke. So you, coming from a jiu-jitsu background, you must be really proud of those guys, and it must feel special for you when they do the submission in the UFC.
No, it feels special when they win. All right, it feels special. Doesn't matter. We don't care who's the father. We care for the win. When they get submission, because submission is always the goal, right? Either knockout or submission, because we are in entertainment business. That's not a sport.
Hmm.
We do an entertainment, and we're in UFC, the biggest stage in the world. And you want to go there, you want to perform. You don't want to go there and win a boring fight. That's not our style. That's not their style. And I will never gonna praise for that to win by advantage. Let's say so. Knockout, submission, if you can't, decision, man, we're proud anyhow. Now it's like a fourth guillotine of Charles in UFC.
Yeah.
So he got 4 guillotines. He got 4 bonus of the night. So
Yeah, yeah, things are
keep
going good
going with those.
for Shal. Really good for the BTT boys. Did you guys do anything special after Louis won the contract in Vegas a couple weeks ago?
What do you mean? What do you
Well,
mean
did you
about
go
this?
out? Did you go out to eat? Did you? I knew Shal was gonna fight like 3 weeks later, so you probably didn't go all out. But did you do like any celebration?
No, no. Yeah, of course we celebrate, but they have their 2 brothers, because Charles and
Yeah,
Louis, they have 2 older brothers,
yeah,
and
that's
both
right.
both both came to Vegas to watch Louis.
Hmm.
So no, we just went to eat, and Charles was leaving early too,
Yeah.
and me and Louis went back to the room. I had 1 beer. Like every fight, we can't sleep after. Adrenaline is too high, and
Oh my God.
we're watching
Yes.
TV and try to rewatch the fight, all the comments, all the message. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're just high on the happy
Hmm.
night.
Of course. So it was more like a family reunion. It must have been nice for you to not only be with Charles and Louis, but with their 2 older brothers as well. It might have felt special that week in Vegas.
Of course, and no, it's everything about the boys is special. Everything they win in a good fashion, and
Yeah.
of course makes doesn't only make me proud, makes everybody proud around. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The
No.
whole gym is proud, the whole family is
Oh
proud,
yeah.
and they're performers. They're performers. They're not fighters. They're performers.
Exactly. That's why we love them so much. It's hard not to watch Charles and Louis Jourdain fight. Every time they fight, it's a scrap. And yeah, we saw it at your gym. It was a watch party when Louis was fighting. I don't know if you've seen the images since then, but a couple of your guys and gals were at your gym and watched the fight live that night.
Yes, we watch it. Even when we walk there at the show there, or at the Apex. So
Yeah.
even before the cage, wherever you see
Hmm.
on TV, we see there too.
Hmm. Yeah.
So when we walk into the cage, we saw They did that with Corinne as well. It was a watch party here, so
Yeah. Yeah.
the,
No,
the
that's
gym was
that's
ready.
amazing.
It was
Yeah.
packed. Everybody was here.
Of course, the BTT team is such a great team, and they must be so proud of Louis. Is there a special bound, or it's probably something special for Louis and Charles to compete together, to train together, like as brothers? Have you seen that in your such as your fighting career yourself or your coach career? Is it the first time you see brothers at the same level so high, or you're used to seeing like siblings together? Is it any special you think for them?
It's very special. It's not by accident. They're the first one to make the UFC, you know,
Hmm.
and maybe will be the last ones to make the UFC. We don't know. I had a couple brothers doing not MMA but jiu-jitsu, and in special I have like two brothers. They were super good, but one of them was like 4 times world champion, you know, and they're doctors now, and but they still run in the gym as well back in Brazil. And but that's very rare. That's very rare that you have two brothers like this, and even on in UFC, how many you can remember? No, the Diaz brother, the Pat's brother, but the Pat's I don't remember Sergio fighting in UFC.
Yeah, he did. He
He
did
did fight.
a while ago. Yeah,
Okay, so I know we have a couple Brazilians fighter brothers too, but
yeah.
not famous
Other
guys. You know?
There's not a ton for sure. There's
No, 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 no.
the Basharat brothers as well. They're from
That
Afghanistan.
that's it. To have the Bashat, you can
Yeah,
count on a hand. You know how
yeah,
many brothers. And
yeah.
I'm talking about the
Exactly.
brothers that like the Diaz and the Patties, they're not there anymore. You know what I mean? So
No,
right now
no.
in UFC, probably have like the Basharat, them, and probably another two Brazilian brothers, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, the Walker brothers, Johnny Walker and
The
Walter
Walker is one
Walker.
of them. Yes, that's it.
Hmm.
Yes, the half
Um,
brothers.
Before I forget, Fabio, tomorrow is going to be a fight with Mackenzie Dern, and I believe you know Mackenzie Dern well, right?
Oh yes, we do. We do.
Yeah,
We are very
she's
good friend from the family. Yes.
she is favorite to win the fight versus Verna Jandiroba, and she would become the champion of the UFC. Do you think she's gonna do it? And if she does, how proud are you gonna be because you're close to the family? What do you think of Mackenzie Dern getting a title shot?
Oh, I think I think she's gonna win. I think she's is gonna beat John Robb again, which is a very
Yeah.
tough
Oh yeah.
opponent as well. I know Mackenzie for a long time because I used to organize the Abu Dhabi trials here for the Wars in Montreal, and her father used to come to compete here. So the winners got the trip to Abu Dhabi, so they went to Abu Dhabi with us, and since then we became friends, and seeing her win the worlds, the WGF Worlds, she wins HCC, and now if she gets the belt in UFC, only one person did that, you know. Only
Yeah.
Fabrizio Verduno won all three major
Mhm.
tournaments, I guess.
Wow.
We had the Bustamante winning the WGF Worlds and UFC, my coach, and we
Yeah.
had BJ Penn doing the same. But Bustamante and BJ, they did not win HCC,
Mm.
right? They won WGF Worlds and UFC belt.
Yeah.
Verdun did all three, the only one. So
Wow.
Mackenzie is going to join
Hmm.
Verdun, which is not amazing. We will be very happy. We're going to be very happy, and I'm happy for her father as well. Me as a father, and I hope that my youngest get in there one day, and even watching Thomas Spinal, and his father is his coach since he's a kid,
Hmm.
and he
Yeah.
still is. It's like, wow, that's amazing. That's for a coach. That's like dream come true. So
Of
very happy
course.
for them. I believe she's gonna do it. I don't know how. I don't know which round. Jen Rob is very good jiu-jitsu as well,
Hmm.
but there might be a striking battle, and I don't know. I hope she wins, and I think she will.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for the prediction, coach. Um, how did everything came about when Charles decided to go to 135? Were you a part of that decision? Was it just Charles doing that decision? How did that go about?
All Charles has to come from him. It's his career, He felt he was small. He felt we have a couple fights that, like for example, Charles at one point he fought six in 1 year, right? So he had 6 fights from September to September. So one fight did not go through was to Puria, but he still made the weight. He still
Hmm.
trained and make the weight. Well, when he went to Paris, we went to Paris. His was the body was like we couldn't take it anymore. I feel
Yeah.
just like DDR. Is DDR?
Yeah. Yeah. RDR.
RDR. RDR felt like his body wasn't responding, and we felt the same in Paris. I know how he feels. Charles made it 146, right? So the day of the fight, UFC always check your weight. again, and Charles was 148. He could not even put the weight back. Eating all day, his body wasn't responding. He felt like horrible in his fight. He felt like he was in a dream, when you can't hit nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And there he took a break, and then he came back. But his last two losses, that was the one. It was the major one was Jean Silva and Sean Woodson, because
Yep.
they were way bigger than Charles.
Yeah.
You know. But even before, we saw like a Burgos was way bigger than Charles,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
Charles never had a hard time to make a 145. He was not
No.
a big guy. And this time he's with the PI. He's worked with UFC, with the nutrition, with the conditioning. He's look bigger than he was at 145.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
So
looks so good.
he's at 135, and the day of the fight he was 155,
Mm-hmm.
and he looks like the biggest 135er. He
Yeah.
feels strong. He doesn't feel the punch, the same strength that was 145ers. He feels great. Feels great. We're going all the way.
Looking back, do you guys wish he would have made the move to 135 a little bit earlier in his career?
No. It's I believe everything has your time. He maybe if he made it earlier, he didn't believe it, so he had to be sure to go down. He had to be sure for all the change. He had to be been to all those battles, all the laws, all the big guys, all the.
Mm-hmm.
He had to feel it. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's no regrets. That's
No.
he got experience. He's like it's not like he started at 135 as a beginner. He started at 135 with like 15 fights in UFC.
Mm-hmm.
He started 135 with a big experience on his back with
Oh yeah.
and he's the way it looks, he's gonna get all the way there.
Oh yeah, and that makes him so more confident too, that he was able to fight against these monsters that were so much bigger than him. Now that he's a division lower, he's like, okay, I'm gonna be the monster now, so I'm gonna be able to do what they did to me at 145. I'm gonna do to these guys at 135, and he's two in a row now. Victor Henry in Edmonton, and we just watched him destroy Davy Grant at Vancouver. What a performance! Another bonus flying knee, one of the greatest flying knee we've seen in the cage, and then jumps on the guillotine. What a performance it was. It must have been like crazy for you guys, cage side, you, Son, and Louis, to assist to that kind of performance. I believe this must have been like Charles' best performance up to date in his career.
Yes, of course it's great. And then I was joking with the boys, like after Louis wins in masterpiece of a fight, like Dana White said, it's like Charles had to come up with something bigger.
Yeah, they're gonna have a little competition in turn now. Who's gonna get the more bonuses?
So wait, that's they're gonna push the bar super high, both of them.
Do you
So
think?
no, that yeah,
No, go ahead, coach.
no, that's it. So the experience was great, and we knew his mind was in the right place, and I had no doubt that would be like this. I had no doubt, zero doubt.
And I believe you guys trained specifically that move, like that flying knee. You knew Davy Grant was going to come close and Charles would be able to hit him with the knee. So you drilled that in the locker room before the fight and maybe even like the days before the fight.
For months, all right. Or Charles loved those flying knees, and we
Yeah.
knew it. We knew it like special as a pressure fighter like Dave is, and we noticed just one thing: Dave does not do straight punches. He's always like hooks. He always comes with the hooks because he puts pressure and put the hook. So straight in the middle, that's the place to be. He tried before and he hit his chest like twice, and then
Yeah.
it was a matter of time.
Third one was a charm. Is there any way that one of the boys, probably Louis, will fight before the end of the year?
The end of the year, maybe Charles, not Louis. Maybe Charles.
Oh yeah.
We don't know. It depends. It depends of the opponent.
Yeah.
Because now we're looking for Charles is looking for a top 15. All right. He
Yeah.
wants to get in the rank, and don't forget the greatest champ at 135. He fights like 4 times a year, so he's gonna be like fighting 2 times, like a lot of people. So that maybe by the end of next year we have a chance to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
step in that mix as well.
Of course.
So if you can get it top 15, maybe Charles will be back December. Louis, he's gonna go to Vegas to start do his preparation with the PI as well. So maybe he's gonna go down the division. We don't
Yeah.
know.
Hmm.
So he's gonna see with all his tests he's gonna do there, like Charles did already.
Yeah.
Probably next month, I read Louis is gonna be there, and then see when is the best time to fight at 125.
Exactly. Well, you answered my next questions. We know Louis fought once or twice at Samurai at 125, and I know he wanted to be a flyweight now. Fought a couple of times at 135 at the Contender Series and before at Samurai. So I was wondering if it was still in his mind to go down to flyweight. So he's gonna go to UFC PI just like Charles did and see if it's doable for his body for him to make the weight, and if so, he's gonna do it.
Yes, yes, of course, yes. It's gonna see, how long it's gonna take the process. If it's gonna need like 2 or 3 months to work on his body, but yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. We got Charles with our running 135 and Louis at 125. I think Louis is humongous at 125. Just the way,
Yes.
just the way Charles is big at 135.
Hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
Louis is almost, if not as big as Charles in
yeah.
the real life. So I
This
couldn't.
year, this year after his knee surgery, and
Hmm.
because Charles is working with the PI, Louis been heavier than Charles the whole
Hmm.
year.
Yeah.
The
No,
whole
that
year.
shows. Yeah,
But
Charles
but
got
once we
so
start,
lean.
with the PI, sorry.
I said Charles got so lean with the 135. So I'm not surprised Louis got a little bigger.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, the
But it
PI
will
is
be
great,
big.
huh? How was it for
It
the
again?
coach? I know the fighters, they love going to the PI obviously because they got all that treatment and the food and everything. But what about you, coach? When you go to the PI, are you like well hosted?
No, man, I just go with the PI with them to see those things, to see the nutrition and condition. That's it.
You you,
The
you
rest,
talk
it's,
with
it's
you talk with the boys and the girls at the PI, and I know you're quite out there. So on the social life, Fabio. So I believe you probably have a lot of friends at the PI too, right?
yeah, of course. I always see, friendly faces there.
Hmm.
But we go to get the boys ready.
You've been
Anything else we do, like we use the facility for the professionals there, for the nutrition and the condition.
You've been coaching in the UFC for so long now. I believe was it Patrick Cote your first fighter in the UFC? You've told me
No,
already, but
it was GSP. First fight in UFC was GSP,
mhm.
and
So that's what
back
like 2005 maybe.
2004.
So it's been more than 20 years that you've been coaching in the UFC now, and still going
21
hard.
years. Yeah, was 21 years been going and back and forth to UFC. That's
Amazing. It feels like you have a fresh start now with Louis and Charles. How good he is now at 135. It feels like you just started again.
it's always a fresh start, man. Like they
Mhm.
said, how did they say? Be enthusiastic, just like it was the first time.
Yeah.
That's I love that shit. So going there is just like makes me feel good.
Yeah. Of course, you still got that fire, coach. Well, um, congratulations, Parabens, for everything that you've been doing
Thank
with the boys and yourself with your team at BTT. It's amazing to see you guys compete on the highest level, and I will for sure be back for the next Jourdain fight. And thanks for the interview, coach. It was a blast chatting with you. I'll let you go on your coaching purposes at BTT Canada, but looking forward to chat with you again, Fabio.
Sounds good, my friend. Anytime, just let me know.
Of course. See you guys.